with old demons and put them in their place once and for all. The biggest being her 10-year-old lawsuit battle with network record executives. The president at the time, Al Khoury, was not backing down. Irene hired a new lawyer and began to fight back. In 1999, she was awarded $1.5 million from the court system in regards to her former contract with Network Records and Khoury's mismanagement of her career and her earnings. The judge ruled that the executives used unlawful tactics and unscrupulous actions against the artist and tried to ruin her career.
I was only demanding, to be paid. No big deal, just, what any artist deserves to have, which is their money, the fruits of their labor. This lawsuit came the most bizarre display of music industry McCarthyism. I mean, people that I didn't know were like launching this campaign to make sure that I was never heard or seen from again. With my recording career, I unfortunately did not have good luck in getting in with the right, people.
It's a long story, isn't it?
Yeah, and they really stole most of my royalties, and I fought them in court.
Right.
And that cost me a great deal with my career because, when you're in a legal battle against record companies, it's a nightmare, and they do quite a bit to damage you and to make sure that other people don't sign you and things of that sort.
And out to other studios, and they weren't being used in films.
Yeah, but they were horribly unfair and horribly criminal in their behavior with me, and I won the suit 2 years ago in a court with a jury, and
you got your money.
And the movie fame had introduced me into the world of music in terms of the music industry and the record industry, and that was a very difficult situation because it was a very street kind of business that I was not used to. I knew nothing of.
I mean, you've got your
music business. I just say to be very careful of what you sign and the people around you, because it's a very kind of corrupt industry. Unfortunately, yeah. There's no real protection for you. I mean, as an actress, I had wonderful unions that protect you. You have SAG, you have Equity, you have unions that protect an artist's rights. The music business has no unions, and so there's a lot of leeway for this kind of behavior from record moguls or from record companies, and it's unfortunate. That whole turmoil really did a lot to block my recording and my record career. It's a very trying chapter, I guess, in the Irene Cara story, but one that I can honestly say was necessary for me to go through, and one that I can tell my fans and the whole industry that I've won now. Myself now in my mid-20s, at the height of my career, up against something that I was totally powerless against. Really just sat there. They came up to me afterwards and they go, Irene, we wish we could have gotten you more money.
But the fledgling record label had exhausted practically all of its assets. Irene won the lawsuit battle, but by then the damage had already been done. Being put in a box and locked into an 80s icon status, she continued to work to upgrade her artistry. She realized she had to make up for lost time, but had nothing to prove to anyone. Her talent, endurance, and lucrative career spoke for itself. Irene, being the survivor that she is, moved on. In 1999, she purchased a home in Florida and formed an all-girl band named Hot Caramel, featuring Irene Cara. The group is currently putting the finishing touches on their first project. They also toured in parts of the US and Europe. Recently, Irene was asked to perform her signature song at the Disco Ball concert, which aired on ABC TV in the winter of 2003. 20 years later, she went on and lit up the stage, still as energetic as ever. She also embarked on an 80s icon tour called the Colors of Christmas Tour with Peebo Bryson, Sheena Easton, and Christopher Cross, who ironically she was nominated with and won as Best New Artist of 1980 at the Grammy Awards ceremony. Never far from the spotlight, the New York native who had the world in the palm of her hands stood alone in the 1980s as the only African-American Latino female star to rise to the top of the charts, giving mainstream white female artists stiff competition. such as Madonna, Kim Carnes, Pat Benatar, Bonnie Tyler, Cyndi Lauper, and Belinda Carlisle. A precursor to the likes of Jennifer Lopez, Aaliyah, Christina Aguilera, Maya, Ashanti, and even the new It Girl, Beyonce Knowles. She paved the way for other ethnic female artists to obtain superstar status as we know it today. Of course, there were a few before her time, such as Diana Ross, Donna Summer, and Gloria Estefan, but during her reign as pop diva, Irene was out there all on her own. A true original, without any legitimate predecessors to model herself after in the pop arena, Irene virtually danced to her own tune. One of the first true crossover sensations, who received most of the industry's top honors for her incomparable body of work. She was a pioneer in her day, who set the standards for today's top black and Latin female performers to maneuver themselves into the mainstream, breaking the racial and color barrier. Her success as a super-powered breakout artist is an American dream that many still long for in the very tough and competitive entertainment industry. She took her passion and made it happen.
Fame is empty unless it's on your terms. If it's on someone else's terms, you're going to be in trouble.
Now, 37 years after her impeccable debut, the diminutive 5'2" veteran entertainer is still vibrant, glamorous, and more radiant than ever, with a very impressive and scandal-free career which spans almost 4 decades, and with exceptional triumphs in theater, television, music, and film. Irene Cara has earned her many awards over the years, always and constantly striving to be the best for her many loyal fans all over the world. With some ups and some downs, and some highs and some lows, she continues to carry herself with merited grace, and has more than earned the honor and the well-due respect as a true artist. Even though a generation has come along that was either not yet born or too young to remember her glorious heyday, there are still numerous mediums bearing her presence and influence that will remain with us always. And as the song Fame proclaims, maybe we still haven't seen the best of her yet. Are there plans in the future for a comeback? Well, the world will just have to wait and see. Her star sparkled bright, and she achieved fame all on her own. And baby, we all remember her name. What a feeling. She continues to be remembered as wholesome, clean, sweet, beautiful, and talented, just like an American princess. Long live the legacy of Queen Irene.
I'm gonna live forever.
Don't Irene Cara.
Irene Cara.
Irene Cara.
Irene Cara. Irene Cara. Irene Cara.
From fame to Flashdance, before and after, and everything in between. Catch the feeling of Queen Irene, Pop Princess, the story of Irene Cara, coming soon.
Be a number